2023 is almost over and 2024 is on the horizon. So if you are on SSI benefits and you're doing some planning and you want to know what dates your checks are going to come in 2024, I'm going to walk you through each month and give you specifically when those checks are going to hit your bank account, and also give you the month where you're going to get double pay, which means that you're going to get one payment in the beginning of the month and another payment at the end of the month. So stay tuned for that. And then I have a very important announcement. CBS 60 Minutes did a whole report a few weeks ago about Social Security overpayments, and a lot of SSI beneficiaries are losing benefits because they had overpayments that they didn't even know about. So I'm going to walk you through this 60 minutes episode, what I learned from it, what you should know about it, and how you should prepare if you get an overpayment letter from the Social Security Administration, what exactly you should do about it, because the consequences is that if you owe overpayment, some or all of your benefits may be taken until the overpayment is paid off. So you really, really want to stay for the end of this video. So let's get right into the agenda. So this is what I want to cover with you today. Number one, I want to walk you through the changes in benefits for 2024. Then I'm going to talk about the payment schedule by month, and then give you the double month payments. And then finally, I'm going to review this 60-minute report that I told you about, which is going to talk to you about people that are losing benefits because they had overpayments. A lot of this is due to stimulus checks. Some of it is because you worked and you didn't report earnings. Some of it is because you had money in your bank account that was more than the allowable limit. So I'm going to cover all of that in a minute. So let's get right into it. Now, if you are new to this channel, I want to urge you to hit the subscribe button, because as you can see at Social Security Edge, all we do is bring you the latest news and updates, anything in and out of Congress that may affect your benefits, both positively and negatively. So hit the subscribe button. Let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is review the cost of living increase for 2024. As you know, every year, the Social Security Administration reviews benefits, and if there's been an increase in cost of living, then your benefits are adjusted upwards to reflect that cost of living increase. Well, next year, 2024, starting in January, you're going to get a 3.2% increase in the cost of living adjustment. That has been very disappointing for a lot of people. I know. Why is that? Why was it disappointing? Because inflation has gone up tremendously. And even though the government is saying inflation has been coming down, a lot of costs went up and stayed up. So a 3.2% adjustment, while may reflect the situation of inflation today, it does not address the fact that cost has increased dramatically in certain areas, especially with food and medical care, and those costs have not come back dramatically enough for this 3.2% COLA increase to really make a difference. But on the other hand, if you compare the COLA this year or next year that's coming up to what it has been over the last 20 years, the average COLA has been 2.6%. So at 3.2%, while a little bit more than the 20-year average, is still considered low by a lot of people. So if that's how you feel, I totally understand. Now, let's review how this COLA is going to impact your payments. Well, right now in 2023, the maximum Social Security SSI benefit is $914 per individual per month. And then as a couple, if you're both receiving SSI benefits, it's $1,371. The asset limit was $2,000 for individual and $3,000 per couple. Let's look at how that changes in 2024. Well, in 2024, your individual maximum SSI benefit is going to increase from $914 to $943. And then for a couple, it's going to increase to $1,415. The asset limit continues to remain the same, to the frustration of many people. And the overpayment issue that I'm going to talk about regarding the CBS report, the 60-minute report, a lot of it was because people went over the asset limit, the resources limit. But the resources limit has been the same for a long time. Even though inflation has gone up dramatically and cost has gone up dramatically, SSI beneficiaries continue to be limited to an asset limit of $2,000 per individual and $3,000 per couple, and that is creating a lot of problems, including the overpayment that I was talking about. So, as you know, let's get to the payment schedule for SSI benefit. As you know, payments are always made for SSI on the first of the month, unless the first of the month falls on a weekend or a holiday. If you are on both SSI and Social Security benefits, then you're going to receive your benefits on the third of the month. So with that in mind, let's look at the 2024 SSI payment schedule. Let's start with January. Well, in January, because January 1st is a holiday, you would receive your benefits on Friday, December 29th. So in December 2023, you're going to get two payments. One of them is going to be Friday, December 29th, which is going to be your January 2024 payment. Therefore, you are not going to receive an SSI check on January 2024. So this is a very important point. If you're getting double payment the month before, it means that the following month, you will not be getting a check, at least in the beginning of the month, because that check would have been paid the previous month. Now, if you're receiving both SSI and Social Security, your payment is on Wednesday, January 3rd. So you should expect your payment to hit on schedule. In February, SSI payments are going to fall on February 1st, which is a Thursday. So the payments are going to come in on schedule, on time. And for those who receive both Social Security and SSI, your payments are going to fall on a Saturday, because February 3rd is a Saturday. So you're going to get your payment the day before, the business day before, which is Friday, February the 2nd, 2024. Now, let's get to March. March 1st is a Friday. Therefore, your benefits will be paid on schedule on March 1st. And for those of you receiving SSI and Social Security, because March the 3rd falls on a Sunday, your benefits will be paid the business day before, which is Friday, March the 1st, 2024. So on March the 1st, both SSI recipients and those getting SSI and Social Security, both payments are going to come the same day on the 1st of March. In April, April 1st falls on a Monday. So payments are going to be on schedule on April 1st. But for those receiving both SSI and Social Security, April 3rd is a Wednesday. So your schedule is on time. Your payments are going to hit your bank account on April 3rd, Wednesday. Now let's move on to May. May 1st is a Wednesday. So if you receive SSI benefits, you will get your payments on time on May 1st. However, for those who receive Social Security and SSI, because May 3rd is a Friday, your payments are also going to be received on time on May 3rd, 2024. Now, next, let's talk about June. June 1st is a Saturday. So your payments are going to be paid on Friday, May the 31st. So May is one of those months where you're going to get double payments. May 1st, you're going to get your SSI benefits for May. And then May 31st, you're going to get your SSI benefits for June. So in the month of June, there will be no SSI payment. But for those of you who receive both SSI and Social Security, since June 3rd falls on a Monday, your payments will be on schedule on Monday, June the 3rd. Now let's look at July. Well, July is, I'm going to get there in a minute. July 1st is a Monday. So your payments are going to be on schedule on Monday, July the 1st. And July 3rd is on a Wednesday. So those of you who are getting Social Security and SSI benefits, your payments are going to come in on time on Wednesday, July the 3rd. Now let's look at August. August 1st is a Thursday. So SSI recipients are going to get money hitting your bank account on schedule on Thursday, August 1st. For those of you who are getting SSI and Social Security, because August 3rd is going to fall on a Saturday, you're going to receive your benefits on Friday, August 2nd, which is the business day before. Now, August is also one of those months where you're going to get double payments. So Friday, August the 30th, you're going to get your September payment because September 1st falls on a Saturday. So similar to May, August is a double payment month. You're going to get 2 checks, which means that September, there will be no check because September 1st falls on a Sunday, and Friday, August 30th, you would have received your check. That should say 2024. So if you receive both SSI and Social Security, then your payment is going to come on schedule on September the 3rd because it's a Tuesday. So expect the money to hit your bank account on September the 3rd. We're getting there. October is next. SSI payments for October are going to come in on October 1st because it's a Tuesday. So the money should hit your bank account on Tuesday, October 1st. If you receive both SSI and Social Security, since October 3rd is a Thursday, the money will come in on schedule on Thursday, October the 3rd. Now let's go to November. November 1st is a Friday. So if you receive just SSI benefits, your payments are going to be on time on Friday, November the 1st. If you receive both SSI and Social Security benefits, November 3rd is a Sunday. So your benefits are going to be paid the business day before, which is Friday, November the 1st, 2024. Now we have another double payment month. So in November, you're going to get 2 payments. One on November 1st for your November regular payments, and then Friday, November 29th, you're going to get a second SSI check, which is going to be for December because December 1st falls on a weekend. So here we go. December 1st is on a Sunday. So you're going to receive your check on Friday, November the 29th. If you receive both SSI and Social Security, December 3rd falls on a Tuesday. So your payments are going to be on schedule on Tuesday, December the 3rd. Now, there is a second check. Well, not a second, but you're going to get another check in December. Even though your December check is going to be paid in November, your January 1st check is going to be paid in December because January 1st, 2025 is a holiday, New Year's Day. So you're going to get your check the day before, which is Tuesday, December the 31st. So in December, you're going to get your December check in November, but you're going to get your January check at the end of December. I hope all that makes sense. So let's look at those double payment months again. So May, you're going to have 2 checks because May, Friday the 31st, you're going to get your June check. In August, you're going to get your September check on August the 30th. And then in November to 29th, you're going to get your December check. And then Tuesday, December 31st, you're going to get your January check. So there's going to be 4 months where the schedule is going to be off because the first of the month falls on a weekend or a holiday. So your double payment months are January, June, September. December is not a double payment technically, but you're going to get another check in December for January 2025. So that is what the schedule looks like. So if you want clarity on when you're going to get those double payments, it's May 1st and May 31st, August 1st and August 30th, November 1st and November 29th. And those are going to be payments that are going to be made. So there's not going to be any check you're going to get for the months of January, June, September, and December. So for the months of January, June, September, and December, you're not going to get your regular beginning of the month payments because they would have been paid the business day prior. Now, if for whatever reason you don't receive your Social Security SSI check, here's what you need to do. The first step is wait 3 additional days because the Social Security Administration wants you to wait because there may be a delay with your bank. After 3 days, if nothing happens, you don't see the money in your account, then there's a problem. Then you can either call the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213, or log into my Social Security. If you've created an account, log in online, because there may be an overpayment or a cancellation issue. And I'm about to talk about overpayment because a lot of people have been facing this. The Social Security Administration mailed 1 million letters to people who have been overpaid, a lot of them disability beneficiaries, and specifically SSI beneficiaries. So let's dive right into that. So 60 Minutes did a story that talked about Social Security overpayments, and Anderson Cooper of CNN was the anchor for that episode. And the title of it is "Our Mistake is Your Responsibility." It's a very, very disturbing report because basically the Social Security Administration has made mistakes in calculating benefits, or have paid people for months or sometimes years in overpayment, and then finally sends them a letter saying that they owe money and they need to pay it back in 30 days. So let's dive right into this report. So, as we all know, 71 million Americans receive Social Security checks, including disability check. But each year, 1 million people receive overpayment letters from the Social Security Administration, sometimes amounting to tens of thousands of dollars. If you have been a victim of this, or you are not sure, let me review in detail what this is about and what you can do if you are hit with an overpayment. So, how does this happen? Why are we even in this situation? Well, 60 Minutes covered 3 stories which I want to review with you. So the first one is by Stephen and Becky Sword. So what is their situation? What is their story? Well, Stephen and Becky Sword live in Chicago, and they received a letter from the Social Security Administration asking them to pay $51,887 within 30 days. Why? Because they had overpayments. Now, here's a little bit of background about the couple. So they both are in their 60s, and Stephen, the husband, had some illness and got on disability benefits. Well, they have been, he's also working part-time. So they have been reporting their work to the Social Security Administration. Here's what happened. So they were there one day and got a letter in the mail that he has been paid $51,000 more than he should. And this created a lot of stress on them because their checks were affected. And the problem with this situation is that the Social Security Administration is sending you these checks, and they say you are getting more money than you deserve, but you don't know. And then all of a sudden, years later, they send you this $60,000, $50,000 letter saying that you have to pay it in 30 days. The problem is that who has $51,000 in 30 days to pay? Especially people on fixed income, people on disability benefits, people on Social Security benefits on fixed income. Who has that kind of money to pay in 30 days? So that was what happened to them. So they were sent this letter, and obviously they didn't have the money to pay. So it caused a lot of stress. They tried to appeal. They tried to get a waiver. All of that was rejected. Let's go to the next story. The story of Jean and Glenn Rodriguez. So here's what happened here. So Jean was overpaid for $72,000. For 4 years when she was receiving Social Security retirement benefits, she was being overpaid. She didn't know it. And then Social Security sent her a letter that she owes $72,000 in overpayment, and they cut off her benefits. They suspended. She hasn't gotten a Social Security check in 2 years because they're using her check to repay the overpayment until it is cleared. So how did she end up in this situation? Well, it's because Social Security calculated her Social Security benefit incorrectly. And even though it was their fault, you still owe the money, which is why I wanted you to pay attention to this story, because it is important that you know that even if they make a mistake in calculating your benefits, you are still responsible for the payment. So the last person is the story of Roy Farmer. Now, this is a very, very disturbing one because it happened when he was very young. So when he was age 11, Social Security stopped sending him disability checks. But what they are saying is that he has been receiving overpayments, even though his Social Security disability was for cerebral palsy. They sent a letter that when he was 11, he received overpayments. Now, he's in his 20s now, but this is an issue that they said a mistake happened when he was 11. And so they sent him an overpayment letter that he owes $4,920. Money that was paid to his mom when he was young, now they want to collect it back because the Social Security Administration is saying they have assessed his situation and concluded that he can pay the money back. This is ridiculous. I mean, it is so crazy to think about. But he's in his 20s. He did not get the money. His mom received the money on his behalf, and now he's an adult, and they want to get the money back that he was overpaid when he was 11. So, what is behind this? Well, the problem is that the Social Security Administration has overpaid a lot of people, and there is $21.6 billion in overpayment that they're trying to collect back. So Congress has stepped in because a lot of people have been complaining to Congress about how this rule is unfair. It is being applied to people who are vulnerable, on fixed income, or disability, and are receiving these shock letters where they are being asked to pay a gigantic amount of money within a short period of time, something they didn't even know they owe. So, if you receive an overpayment letter, you have three options. Number one, you can file an appeal within 60 days. Number two, you can ask for a waiver, which means that you want them to cancel the debt. And then number three, you can pay it back if you have the money. Lots of people don't. And one of the reasons why this is becoming a big issue is that a lot of people are on Social Security benefits, as you can see the orange line, but then the staffing levels at the Social Security Administration is at an all-time low. So the staffing level at the Social Security Administration as of 2022 has dropped dramatically, as you can see. So increase in people getting benefits, decrease in the staff level is causing this shortage and leading to a lot of these mistakes that people are experiencing. So as I mentioned, overpayments are a big issue. If you receive one, do not neglect it. You have to act on it. Because after 30 days, if the Social Security Administration doesn't hear from you, they are going to stop your payments, or they're going to take a good chunk of your monthly benefits to start paying that overpayment back. So it is something you cannot neglect. It is a very, very serious issue. And as this graph shows, the Social Security Administration every year has been collecting more and more and more overpayments back from people that owe money to the government. Why are they doing all this? Because the Social Security Trust Fund is in trouble. It's supposed to be depleted in 2035. So they're trying to collect every money that they think people owe to the government, including Social Security overpayments. Are these these monies that are being collected going to make a big difference in the shortage that's about to happen in the Social Security Trust Fund? No. But that's what they're doing. So if you want an explanation of why they're all of a sudden pushing this, is because of that. So if you get this overpayment, don't ignore it. Now, one of the wrinkles of this story from 60 Minutes is that after 60 Minutes ran the story, they reached out to the Social Security Administration. And even though the three people that were featured in the story have had their appeals rejected, have had their waiver applications rejected, the Social Security Administration, because of the pressure from 60 Minutes, they decided to forgive all the debts for the three people that were featured. Which then brings another question. How about the people who were not featured in the story? How about the 1 million people that are going to receive letters this year saying that they owe money? So this is an issue that is really, really sensitive. It's before Congress. The Social Security Administration's temporary commissioner was brought in for questions. But then at the end of the day, the regular person who is facing this problem is going to have to find a way to deal with it. So if you get it, do not sit on it. Do not ignore it, because it may cost you your benefits. So that is the biggest story that I wanted to share with you about something that may affect your benefits, and that you have to make sure that you stay vigilant about what you're receiving, what your obligations are, what you need to report to the Social Security Administration, regarding any work you're doing, any money you've received that it goes over the income limit. Make sure you're reporting it in a timely manner. And if your check looks funny because you're getting more money than you think you should, call the Social Security Administration and let them know. You don't want to be hit with overpayment years later about something that you could have corrected earlier on. So, if you're new to this channel, if you like what you've heard, if you want to continue to get updates from us about things that are happening that may affect your Social Security disability benefits, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, the notification button so that you will be the first to know when we release a video. So, if you have any questions at all, ask us in the comment section. Until I see you in the next video, thank you for watching.